Government decides to release Khaleda Zia. Train and launch suspended, public transport from Thursday. One more corona patient dies, 6 new cases reported. Army to be deployed from Wednesday. Hello viewers, those were the headlines and you're watching ATN News. I'm Naim Mubin with News at 5. Now the details. The government has decided to release Khaleda Zia on condition. Law Minister Anisul Haq made the revelation on Tuesday. He said the government has decided to release her on humanitarian grounds considering her age. However, she will not be allowed to go abroad and has to take treatment at her home. The jail terms has been suspended for 6 months, he added. The government has decided to suspend public transportation service starting from March 26 up to April 4. Minister for Road Transport and Bridges and Awami League General Secretary Obaidul Qadir made the revelation through a video message from his ministry on Tuesday. He said, however, plying of trucks, covered vans, medical supply vehicles, emergency service, oil tanker and vehicles carrying perishable goods will remain out of the purview of suspension. He said no goods-laden vehicle will be allowed to carry passengers. Meanwhile, State Minister for Shipping Khalid Mahmood Chaudhry said plying of river vessels will remain suspended from today. Commuter express and local train communication got suspended from Tuesday morning, and all sorts of train communication will get suspended from the evening as well. Meanwhile, one more corona patient has died in the country. The death toll now stands at 4. 6 more new cases of infection have been reported. Total number of infected people now stands at 39. Director of Institute of Epidemiology, Disease Control and Research, Mirjadi Sabrina Flora made the revelation from a press conference at the Health Directorate on Tuesday. The Army has started coordinating with district administration to maintain social distance and precautionary measures at all divisional and district towns. Inter Services Public Relations Directorate ISPR made the revelation through a circular on Tuesday. It said the list of the corona patients has already been prepared. The armed forces will ensure the quarantine of the people coming from abroad. They will arrange treatment of corona patients in district and divisional towns under the coordination of district magistrates and will evaluate the quarantine of the suspected corona patients. Apart from this, if necessary, the Army will provide medical assistance at the divisional and district level. Besides, Navy will assist the civil administration in the coastal areas, and the Air Force will be in charge of transporting necessary medical equipment in the hospitals and emergency transportation. Amid this corona panic, the hospitals in the capital have continued rendering service increasing precaution. However, the number of patients has gone down in the last few days. The doctors and health workers are now discharging their duty in a panicky situation due to shortage of protective gears and proper medical equipment. Now would be news from around the world. Death toll in deadly coronavirus now stands at 16,558. Number of infected people now stands at 3,81,653. 1,02,429 people have recovered. 601 people have died of corona in Italy in last 24 hours. Total number of deaths in the country now stands at 6,077. 136 new cases of deaths reported in the US, and 549 people have died so far. In Spain, total number of deaths 2,300 with 539 new deaths. in France 186, in Britain 54, in Germany 29, in Iran 127, in the Netherlands 34, in Switzerland 20, in Belgium 13, in Portugal 9, in Canada 3, in the Philippines 8, and in South Korea 7 new deaths have been recovered. Meanwhile, British Prime Minister Boris Johnson has declared 3 weeks lockdown. He has called on the citizens to stay inside home during this period. He also said people violating the rules will be fined. The new coronavirus pandemic is clearly accelerating, the World Health Organization WHO has warned, but said it was still possible to change its trajectory by going on the attack. The pandemic is accelerating, WHO Chief Tedros Adhanom Ghebreyesus told a virtual news conference on Monday. Tedros pointed out that it took 67 days from the beginning of the outbreak in China in December for the virus to infect the first 100,000 people worldwide. In comparison, it took 11 days for the second 100,000 cases and just 4 days for the third 100,000 cases. He said, joined by FIFA President Gianni Infantino, Tedros compared the fight against COVID-19 to football tactics. You can't win a football game only by defending. You have to attack as well, Tedros said. UN Secretary-General Antonio Guterres appealed on Monday for an immediate global ceasefire to protect vulnerable civilians in conflict zones from the ravages of the coronavirus pandemic. The fury of the virus illustrates the folly of war, he said in a brief speech at UN headquarters in New York, mentioning no country by name. That is why today I am calling for an immediate global ceasefire in all the corners of the world. Syria has reported its first case of the COVID-19 virus in a country already torn by 10 years of war, and other cases have emerged in the Democratic Republic of Congo and Afghanistan.
Let's not forget those areas that are ravaged by the conflict.
Now, a bit of sports. Arsenal manager Mikel Arteta says he has fully recovered from coronavirus. Spaniard Arteta, 37, became the first Premier League manager to test positive for the virus on March 12. He had reported feeling unwell after it was confirmed. Evangelos Marinakis, the owner of Greek side Olympiakos, who played Arsenal in the Europa League in February, had coronavirus on March 10. Arteta said, it took me 3 or 4 days to start feeling better, with more energy to leave the symptoms behind. Speaking to Spanish television channel La Sexta, he added, I am very well now. I feel that I have recovered. Now let's recap the top stories once again before ending this bulletin. Government decides to release Khaleda Zia. Train and launch suspended public transport from Thursday. One more corona patient dies, 6 new cases reported. And army to be deployed from Wednesday. That'll be all from News at 5 for the moment. Thank you for being with us. Keep watching ATN News.